everybody. Welcome back to our Blessed Performance YouTube channel. Today we're going to talk about fuel pressure. Pretty dang important in all engines, all aspects of that. That being said, we're going to talk about the 6.0 because that's what we primarily work on around here. Well, no, there's a gasser right here. It's weird. Anyways, the 6.0 Power Stroke, gosh, I love them to death, but they are plagued with some problems. But what's really cool is since they're so dang old now, 20 years old, I know I'm older than that, but we're not going to talk about that. But because they're so old, we've got a lot of experience with them now, and we know how to combat a lot of issues and also prepare proper diag equipment to pay attention to what's going on with your truck. So right here, right in front of you, you know what? You can go to GlowShift's website and piece this all together 110% yourself, or you can go to blessedperformance.com, click one button, select the color of pillar you want, the color of gauge you want, boom, everything shows up. Right here we have a GlowShift Maxtow. Oh no, GlowShift. GlowShifts are wonderful. As long as you use the Maxtow, I want to tell you right now, these are wonderful. Yes, just like anything, any product on the market, there are some warranties that happen. But you know what? GlowShift stands behind the Maxtow like a champ. We had a customer just yesterday, 2 years in, I think it was yesterday or the day before, 2 years in with a Maxtow gauge, and these only have a 1-year warranty. Well, GlowShift still stood behind it. I remember that specifically. Anyways, had one of the gauges start blinking and doing weird stuff. Okay, they called GlowShift. We got it swapped out, warranted, no problem. Literally no questions asked. Now, I'm not going to say they're going to do that every single time. That being said, when you run the Maxtow, and we've been running the Maxtow for what, 3-4 years now in King Twins, longer in other trucks. When you run the Maxtow line of their gauges, they are absolutely phenomenal. You don't not only have the digital version, but you also have the sweep here. So you can see a digital readout and you have the sweep. The internals of this gauge are absolutely stellar, but for the purpose of this, we grabbed a black and green one. I don't have a way to power it up right now. They look really cool when they're powered up. But in the kit that you buy on blessedperformance.com, you get to choose the color of, you got 3 color options, okay? And you can always paint this, just ABS plastic, not that very hard to scuff it up, make it look pretty, change it whatever color you want, but they all come with the standard tan, black, and gray that your 6.0 would have came with, okay? And then you have a black and green, a black and blue, a white and blue, or a white and green Maxtow gauge, okay? It'll read 0 to 100 psi fuel pressure. Your 6.0, there's a blue spring. Everybody knows about that. If you own a 6.0, you know what a blue spring is, okay? Or you know what a regular return is, okay? So the 6.0 needs generally 62 to 65 psi of fuel pressure at idle. At wide open throttle, I personally don't like to see it drop below 45 psi, okay? Unfortunately, and this honestly runs true on so many trucks. This could work on any Ford Power Stroke, honestly, any Ram, any Duramax, it would work on all of them, but it's a really big plaguing thing for the 6.0s, okay? Most diesel trucks, I'm trying to think of any. Clayton, refresh my memory, do you think of any 6.0 or any diesel pickup trucks that come from the factory with a low pressure fuel pressure gauge? Or even a sensor for it? I don't think there's any.
No.
Okay, so there's a low pressure on command on a 6.7 Power Stroke. I know that you can see that the pump turns on, but I don't recall. Of course, it's been a little while since I've looked at it. But anyways, let's just for the sake of this conversation state that the majority of diesel trucks, okay, primarily the 6.0, have no way to read low pressure fuel, okay? So you just bought this truck from your cousin and he told you that it's all brand new. It's got 150,000 miles, 0 rust, and you're like, man, I scored. Put a tune on it. You put the extreme one on. You're like, man, I want to make some power and go cook some tires. It's studded, it's ready to go, okay? You go out, get that Blessed Extreme Performance tune on there, X4, boom, boom. You're doing 75 miles an hour, wide open throttle, and the truck starts pop, 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 pop. Man, I gotta call Blessed Performance. There's something wrong with the tune. The very first thing we're gonna ask you is, what is your fuel pressure? And I'm saying that because of experience. Okay, so when you drop below 45 psi fuel pressure, the injectors don't have any fuel to inject, so that cylinder misfires. That's where you get the sputter. That's where you get the backfire sound. Okay? It also can be high pressure oil, but we're not going to talk about that. That was on another video. We might make more in the future for that. But for this video, this guy, 169 bucks for this combo kit right here. We send the adapter for you to put it right into your factory fuel bowl. Okay, right next to your blue spring, your regulator housing. Okay, there's a little Allen plug. Pull that guy out, thread this in. The sensor in here plugs into that. You run a wire inside to the gauge right here, okay? Then you can see your fuel pressure. It's crucial, okay? So for $169, you can save yourself a lot of headache and a lot of time and honestly protect your injectors by installing a fuel pressure gauge on your 6.0. This is a must-have, in my opinion, for every 6.0 out there. Yes, you can also put this on an edge. We're talking about the GlowShift ones, okay? If you have an Edge CTS3 and you want to see how to do that, it's honestly more expensive than this, 110% honesty, but it's clean, okay? And you already have an Edge, you can plug it in, hook up the adapters to it, and run an Edge to watch fuel pressure as well. For the sake of budget friendly, this kit is phenomenal for it. Put one gauge right there, put your CTS3 right here, your SCTX4, and you always have that. It's very easy to hook up an EGT probe to the X4 and the Edge, and it's not very expensive as well, okay? But the fuel pressure side of it gets kind of expensive, so it's really nice that we were able to assemble this kit, work with GlowShift to give you guys a kit that you can literally plug in and hook up in about an hour. Like really, hour is, you're drinking a beer or two along the way. It takes like 10 minutes. I highly suggest this for all 6.0 Power Strokes out there. It's one of the cheapest things you can do to monitor your truck properly. Give us a call, 1-800-577-2698. Let's get you set up with a GlowShift Maxtow fuel pressure gauge that mounts right on your A-pillar. Sorry, brain farted. Get you that gauge set up so that way you can see what your truck is doing every time you start it up. So you're never wondering, did I forget to change my fuel filters? Should I change my fuel filters? Most of the time, we get a customer in here that is having an issue like this. The very first thing we do is pop the lower one because it's such a pain in the ass to change and it is solid black or covered in just gunk, and it's just like, well, there's your problem. Let's get you set up with the GlowShift Maxtow fuel pressure gauge for your truck. Let's help you monitor that pickup and see what's going on with it day to day. Yes, factory installation fuelable, and if you have a regulator return like our Blessed Performance one or the driven diesel one, where the gauge is at on that guy, you can pull it out, you can plug the sensor right into that. Boom, threads right in, and then run this inside and always watch fuel pressure. You don't have to use this if you have a regular return. It just comes with the kit because we assume that if you're buying this, you don't have a regular return. Give us a call, 1-800-577-2698. Check them out on the website, blessedperformance.com. Thanks again for everything you guys do for us. We truly appreciate it. Check out all the socials. Have a good one.